welcome back. So today's episode is going to be about my smaller snakes. Two of the snakes just shed, so they're ready to be on camera. So I'm going to go get them and I'll be right back. All right, so this is George. George is a corn snake. Sometimes they call them rat snakes. And this is the kind of snake you'd find right here in St. Augustine outside. You might find them in your yard or your front porch. This little guy, George, and you can see the cats back there. This little guy, George, was actually found inside Ward's Creek, inside the school. Can you believe that? He was in the hallway outside the Blue House, and he was a tiny little thing, maybe the size of my finger right here. He was a tiny little hatchling, and I took him home and took care of him. I've had him for about 3 years now. He'll probably live to be about 10 years old, and he's a corn snake. Now, corn snakes are usually nocturnal. Sometimes they might come out during the day to bask in the sun, but typically they're nocturnal. They come out at night, and he will probably grow a little bit bigger than this, not too much bigger. There he is. And that is George, the corn snake. He is a carnivore, so he eats mice for his meals. They come from Florida, so you know what it's like here in Florida, so you know what kind of habitat they live in. It's kind of hot, kind of humid, so we like to keep his little enclosure a little bit warm. And that is George. Say hi, George. A little bit closer up. There he is. All right, so that is a corn snake. I'll be right back with another one. All right, so this is Sarlacc. Sarlacc is a Kenyan sand boa. Sand boas are found in East Africa. She'll probably grow only to about 2 feet, so they're pretty small snakes for pet snakes. They live for about 30 years. That's a long time. Now, in East Africa, there's a lot of desert, so these type of snakes live in the deserts of East Africa. They're nocturnal, so they come out at night. She's a carnivore. She eats mice for food, and she's terrestrial, so they pretty much stay on the ground. In fact, these little guys like to live in sand, so her enclosure is full of sand. She is a Kenyan sand boa, and she's climbing up my arm so I can get a close-up. Let's get a close-up. There she is. That is Sarlacc, the Kenyan sand boa. She almost matches that puppet that's on the couch behind me. She's a super sweet little girl. Again, when you're handling a snake, I have a lot of confidence, so I go near their head a little bit, but it's always best to stay away from their heads because they can get a little jumpy on their heads. But she's being very sweet right now. Can you say hi to the kids? Tell them hi. All right, so that's Sarlacc, the Kenyan sand boa, and I'm going to go get the last one of my creatures that you have not met yet, and I'll be right back. All right, this is Gryffindor. Gryffindor is called a Brooksy Goini king snake, which basically means he's a king snake that you might find some parts of Florida. There he is. Isn't he gorgeous? Look at the beautiful colors he has on his back. You can tell why I call him Gryffindor, because he kind of has the colors of the House of Gryffindor, right? So Gryffindor will live for about 20 years. He'll probably get to be about 4 feet long, maybe. So he has a little bit of growing to do still. They like to live in the forest areas of places like Florida and other places in the south. He's nocturnal, so he comes out at night. Although even though these snakes are nocturnal, because I'm in the room during the day, they sometimes come out and say hello. He is terrestrial, so they don't really like to be up in the trees all that much. They kind of climb on the ground and bask on rocks and go underneath rocks and dig tunnels. Well, there you go. You've met all of my reptiles and my cat. My cat too. She thinks she's a reptile. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my videos, and maybe from time to time I'll keep adding some more to my YouTube channel. And until then, I will see you.